What's up? This is 89. This is MMA Reality, and this is 308, right? So, what's there to talk about? I'll just get down to the main three. There's a bunch of shit I'd like to talk about, but here we go. So, we got Alexander Rakic versus um, Ankalaev, and I mean, that's a battle of big guys, man. Very skilled, both of them. So, that's a tough one to call. I would think that Ankalaev would be the favorite, but anything could happen. Rakic is he's a pretty damn good fighter, you know what I'm saying? He's got some quick ass hands. So, and he's got power, and he got leg kicks. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Ankalaev standing with him for too long before he tries to take him down. So, when it comes down to it, unless Rakic can hit him with something, or unless Ankalaev has too much to prove and decides to stand up, I figure Ankalaev will take him down as soon as he sees there's an open, Francis Ngannou style, like Francis did. Francis knew he was a danger standing with that giant, exchanging hands. So he dipped out, took the smart choice. Anyway, moving on from that. So I'm gonna go with Ankalaev. Um, I don't know, ground and pound, possibly a submission. If it stands though, then Ankalaev would be in trouble. So that's still to be determined. But all around, I'm gonna go with Ankalaev. All right. So then we got uh, Robert the Reaper. You know, stand up fighter, legitimate at any time can fuck you up. Versus Kamzat. And, you know, shit. We've seen Kamzat get tired. We seen every fighter gets tired, and their hearts be pounding after the first round, but they still fight onward, They're in good shape. I seen Kamzat almost lose to Usman, technically speaking. If that had been a longer fight, anything could have happened with that one. I mean, Kamzat was handling him, but Usman started to show his championship caliber. You know what I'm saying? After a while, he got comfortable in there, um, and that was last minute. Of course, that it was last minute for Kamzat too, who was training for somebody else. Um, but based off of his last showing against Usman, who is a former champion, but you know, um, one of the great champions, actually, one of the good ones. Um, he won that fight, and it wasn't like he dominated the fight the whole time. So, in my opinion, I'd sit there and I'd say, oh, was a sneaky person. I'd say that it can go either way. As long as Kamzat takes him down, it's the same as the Ankalaev versus the Rocket Strain. As long as Kamzat goes in, tries to take him down immediately, then he should win. But if he decides to dare stand up with Robert the Reaper Whitaker, he's gonna get blitzed and hit and knocked the fuck out. Period. That's just what's gonna happen. So um, that's a toss up. We got striker versus grappler. In my opinion, once again, and those always make the good fights because it's a contrast of styles. But uh, in this instance, I don't know if I can go with Kamzat. Then I got to look at what that means to the UFC as far as bread goes. Right? This is a business. So when it comes down to that, I got to go with Kamzat. Right? I don't think they would risk his. Not to say this isn't real. You know what I'm saying? Just to say there are politics involved, and it's 13-0, lucky number 13. Um, I got Kamzat winning by submission in the first, maybe the second. And if it goes any longer than that, then Robert Whitaker wins the fight. So we'll have to see. You know, um, my decision though, I'm gonna have to go with Kamzat by submission. And then we have Ilya Taporia versus Blessed. It's hard to go against Holloway. You know what I'm saying? It really is. He's never been finished that I could think of. You know, so Not to say that Taporia can't do it, because Taporia can do that. But Max chooses to be hit or not. Max can be elusive if he wants to. Those fights with Volkanovski, he wanted to fight. You know what I'm saying? He chose to take one in order to give one off. So as far as I'm concerned, I hope that people are underestimating Max Holloway in that regard. I think we all knew that when he fought Justin Gaethje wasn't going to just sit there and be able to snap off on Holloway like that. Nah, he's too elusive. You can't just trap him in the corner. I don't care how good your footwork is. So, and he's also a big dude, man. Holloway's not little. Taporia has wicked power in his hands. There's no question about that. He's got some serious power in his hands for a 145-pound person. He walks around with 170-pound person power, if not more, maybe 185. He's got a nasty right and a nasty follow-up left. He comes with bad intentions, and Holloway doesn't have that power in his hands. He's more of a boxer, boxer, elusive boxer. I've never, Max is not going to submit you. But it's possible, right? I don't know. Hey, look, it come down to it. I don't know if Taporia can hit Max cleanly to knock him out with all his power. I think for the first round, Max will be elusive. The second round, Max will be elusive. Um, but Taporia he's a showy guy, so he has something to prove. Um, can't sleep on Max Holloway though. Ultimately, Taporia he's just probably a little bit better all around than Max Holloway is. He comes to finish the fight. He comes to bring it. And not that Holloway doesn't. Holloway is fine with a 5-round decision. And, you know, Taporia isn't. So I'm going to have to go with Taporia. He's got too much power in his hands. And if he does hit Max in the first round, which he claims to do, that means he's going all in it. If after the first and Max is still in it, that might be a whole different dynamic. But this dude's saying he's going to finish Max Holloway in the first round. And if that means he's going to charge the bull, the Matador's going to charge the bull, then I don't know what the bull's going to do. You know, Max Holloway was kind of silent in the press conference. Anyway, we're in the face-off. Ultimately, I got to go with what makes sense, and I got Taporia by knockout. It might be the first time Max ever got knocked out before. Try not to go into the fight with favorites and things like that, because personality means something to me when I'm watching these people. But humbleness means a lot. Fake humbleness means a lot. You know, but I stopped picking favorites a long time ago. Once I had my feelings hurt after having too much involved in one fighter, and then it's like, man, what a letdown. So it's the same thing versus like Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis. I remember sitting on the steps outside after that event, and just hurt. Anyways, look, that was 308. I'm pretty sure my picks will hold up. Be back here to check it out tomorrow. 89 MMA Reality. Peace.